together. So those of you that could not make it to conference, we could bring conference back to you. So I am going to just kind of transition to each person. What I basically want is for you guys just to do like a short introduction of, saying your name, how long you've been in, and then just going into your aha moment, one aha moment and one tip that you got from conference. And if you have extras to share, totally cool. You're not limited, but just so we can keep it short and exciting and to the point. So I have no order picked randomly. So I am going to go ahead and have Callie start first. So I will unmute you, which I just did. So Callie, if you want to put your video on and start talking, that would be fabulous.
Of course, you would pick me to go first. No, you're fine. I'm Callie. I am an Emerald Leader with It Works, and I have been in for just about 3 years. It'll be 3 years on I think it's the 20th. And do you want like a background of like how we joined or anything like that, or just that's all? That's good? Okay. All right. So conference, you guys, if you have not been to an event or if you're brand new, they're life-changing. I can't say enough about going and getting yourself there. And when there's bad weather, you do anything that you can to get there, including discussing driving 24 hours. But anyways, it's my takeaways from there are social media is where we do our business, and you need to be yourself. Take the negativity off of your page when, you see something bad or somebody comments something, just, let it go. Don't take it personally. We are one team, one mission. If they're saying it against, one person, it's against all of us. So don't let that get you down. We did social media training, and that is like one of my biggest things in our group is to learn about what's going on with Facebook and all its algorithms and what's happening with that. So I've done a few trainings on here already, and it just made me happy inside that knowing when I'm doing a training with you guys, that I'm training the correct thing. We had a very high social media influencer do a presentation, and she was absolutely amazing. So I'm trying to think of what else I wanted to say. No, I don't have it written down. Big aha, like we're going to be getting samples, you guys, for product, and that is going to be amazing. Now when they're asking like, what's the defining gel like, we're going to be able to say, hey, let me send you this, or it's coming, corporate is going to be sending samples for us. Or when we do host a post and we give out, the prizes or any kind of gifts of product, that is going to be coming from corporate. And you will not have to pay the shipping. It'll all be covered by them. Not quite sure how that's all working, but it's coming, and I'm super excited about that, super pumped. I don't know how much money I've spent in shipping, just sending stuff out. And I've learned not to, don't give every one of your hosts a post something, because that's really expensive. Another thing is, okay, I totally forgot. But yeah, social media, that is huge. Just be yourself, be an influencer, learn the products. That's what it's all about, is you being an expert in what you're sharing. We have a lot of products to go, to learn. So just take a few that you like to use and just, do some research on them. Look it up in Product Coach, and in our eSuite, you can go in there and you can get the product info. Just, make yourself really known with our products, and just, they call it a subject matter expert. And yeah, so to get your audio working, sorry, Shana, you're going to, on the bottom, if you don't see it, you're going to see an audio video share. I have an Android. I don't know what you're using. But if you just tap the screen, it'll pop up, click audio, and I'm going to do it with you because I don't remember. Oh, I can't do it because you can already hear me. But it says call in with one or the other. Try that. See if that works. All right. I can't hear you. Are you talking?
I always do that. Were you done, or sorry, I don't want to like cut you off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That was it.
I'm super
That's
excited
not
for this.
what I wanted to say, but hey, it works.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you going to conference. We had definitely the time of our lives again. So I'm going to go next to, if I butcher your name, I'm sorry. Do you pronounce it Anna? Anna? I'll unmute you.
Okay. Anna.
Anna. Okay.
Yeah.
Your turn, please.
Hi, everyone. So I've been in the business for 3.5 months. And yeah, so I'm just gonna get started. So my biggest aha moment was when they told us about the new compensation plan. I was sitting down with Ari and like some of our team members, and I literally like looked over at her and I was like, it's so much easier to go full time, or to be able to go full time with this. And I was like, honestly, if I hit diamond, I was like, I'm gonna like quit my full-time job and like do this full-time, because it's like possible, it's like even more possible than it was before. So that was something that that was my aha moment, because I was just like, oh, like, you know, living my life the way that I want to live it, with like all the endless opportunities, all these bonuses and stuff. I was just like, who wouldn't want to take advantage of that? And so yeah, so I work full time from like 9 to 5, sometimes even like 9 to 9, because I work at a high school. So it would be amazing to not have to do that and, you know, be able to work this full time. So that was like my biggest aha moment. And now I'm just trying to get everybody to do it works, because I'm like, you guys could do it. Like if I'm doing it, like you could do it too. And my biggest tip is to always upsell. When I started doing this, I was just getting like regular like cleanse or like the Thermify, which is just your 30 BV. But then one day I was talking to this girl, and I was just like, you know what? Like I'm also going to recommend you to like do the cleanse and do the Thermify. And I put it in the directions, and she did it, and I was like, okay, cool. And so then the next person, she just wanted the cleanse, and then I just put the same message. I was like, okay, like here you get the cleanse, but I would also recommend like adding your Thermophyte, because it's going to like, you know, give you better results. And she also did it. So like everyone that I've been sending this to usually like actually takes the you know, the recommendation, because if we tell them that it's going to like change their lives, they're going to trust us, because we're the ones that like know the products. And then at conference, they even said that they're like, don't settle for just like 30 BV or like 36 BV. Always try to add. And everyone was like, I forget her name, but she was talking about how like she told her team that they couldn't sell anything under 75 BV. And I'm about to start telling my team that too, because we have all these amazing products and you could combine them and mix them and stuff. So yeah, that was like my biggest tip, to always upsell everything. Even if they say no, now they at least have something to think about for like next month, or like when they have the money to do it.
Awesome. I love that. I think it was Christy Christensen, wasn't it? Maybe.
I think so. Because
we're like a no 30 BV team or something.
Yeah. And I was like, yes, you do.
Yeah. So I actually wrote down the numbers that they gave for like examples. So people that are like mass enrollers, and they enroll 30 plus customers at 30 BV, that's 900 in volume. And then if you actually take the time to upsell and you do 10 loyal customers at 100 BV, that's 1,000 in volume. So you're doing more by upselling and saying, hey, like I have this, I will also work with this. That way you're getting like more for your work and talking to that person, and you don't have to always be that mass enroller. I mean, being a mass enroller is awesome. I wish I could have that title, but I don't. But I do like the fact that you can be successful with this business and do, you know, the same amount of work and stuff like that. So I love that you brought that up. I was like, I wrote that down. I love those tips. So awesome job. Thank you so much. Next, we are going to move to Lene. I'm like flopping back and forth here, so I'm going to unmute you. You're unmuted, but we can't see you.
Oh, what do I have to do to be seen?
If you go down to the bottom, there should be a stop video, and it probably has like a line through it. Oh, there you are. So again, I don't know if you remember, I don't know if you were on at the beginning, I think you were, but just introduce yourself, how long you've been in, your rank, and then your AHA, and then a tip that you got from conference.
Sure. So my name is Lene Grazer. I've been in for 3.5 years. Conference was amazing. And if you haven't been to an event, you need to go to events because they keep your blood pumping. They get you excited. They get you re-energized. You need to go to events. My aha moment is kind of a big one, and it's kind of playing a little bit on what Anna said. Well, first of all, I want to back up for a second. I was really excited to see some ladies that were more my age. So that was really exciting for me to know that I wasn't the only one, because I think last year when we went to conference, I may have seen 1 or 2 ladies that were my age, but to see a whole bunch of them this year was really exciting for me. We need to keep things real with our customers, be genuine. This is something that I've always wanted to portray to my customers, but to go along with the upselling thing that Anna was just talking about, I've been really trying to be genuinely focused on upselling right from the get-go. Since we came back from conference, and I was a little bit shy previously with, starting out with 1 or 2 things, but now I'm going for broke. I'm instead of not knowing my customer, I'm trying to get to know my customer first, find out their needs, and go big first. And then if that's too big for them, come down from that based on what their goals are and what their needs are. That was huge for me. It kind of changed my paradigm about how I think about how to approach my customers. And to really focus on what their needs are, goals and needs, and just be genuine. And a big thing for me also, I don't know if it was an aha, it probably was an aha moment. I was telling David about it, that my why has kind of been wishy-washy throughout my whole It Works career. And it really landed on me after this conference that I think prior to this, I was in it for different reasons. And now that I'm really focused on what my reason is, it's really helped me stay focused on my tasks. And I put it on my dream board, and it feels good to have narrowed it down.
I don't know why I mute myself, because I always mute myself just in case I make like a weird noise or something that like nobody hears me, and I always forget when I start talking.
Well, when I couldn't hear you, I'm like, great, I did all this talking and nobody can hear me.
Yeah, everyone can hear you, you just can't hear them. But awesome tips, I love that, and I love your energy and going there. So thank you for going to conference with me this year again. So I'm going to mute you, and then Myra, we're going to go over to you. I said that right? I always feel like I have like a weird name, so I always am so insecure about names, because
don't worry, everybody calls my name like differently.
Yeah.
So I'm Myra. I've been in for 2 years, and I'm an Emerald leader, officially boxed for Diamond. So let's hope for that. But my aha moment was really that I'm a leader. It really came to a point in my business. Well, last year, January 2018, I ranked to Ruby right before conference, but I was literally working, I think, like 3 accounts, and I had dead legs. So I got to Ruby by myself, and I didn't have anybody to teach. At conference, I signed 2 girls. One of them's now my Ruby. But it was just, I didn't have people working, so I didn't know how to work. But now this year when we went, I was like, well, I started with a chart of 5 where like 2 people were working, and now I have over 20 girls in my chat who are active. So that was my aha moment. I was like, okay, well, I need to run with this. I'm already here. What can, the next 2 to 5 years do? And then the other one was, sorry, I'm like so nervous right now. I don't know why. So the other one was that there was more variety and diversity. Like last year, I felt like I was the only Hispanic girl there. I don't know why, but I felt like I was the only one. So having that was very, very great. It just showed that the company's growing so much. So that was a big aha moment for me. It was like, we're growing. We grew so much in a year. Like last year's conference was more product info. And I was like, well, like I can't really use this. Like I can use it, but I already know it. And this year was more marketing. So how to market your business. And that was my big focus in 2018, how to market it on social media, because I didn't know how to use Facebook. I was on Instagram. So like nobody knew how to use Instagram at that time. So I really dove into it. And my tip is to research everything. So if you're using social media, you should be researching social media. That's like where you're building. So don't just sit there and post and post and post and message if you haven't really researched what you need to beat that algorithm, because there is an algorithm. It's not out to get you, but it's there and you need to figure out how to beat it. So that's all I have.
Awesome. You're definitely like my spirit animal. I don't know why. Every time you talk, I feel like I'm like, yeah. So you did awesome. And I definitely love your tips. And I agree that this conference, they definitely focus a lot of more business building and how to be less of like this is what, I don't know, they were just more focused on helping and training and showing you how to be successful in your business instead of beating around the bush with it, I guess, is more so a way to explain it. But so I'm just going to go over some things that I took away from it. Every single conference that I go to, every single time it like opens my eyes to, holy crap, like we have a business in our fingertips that we can make money dancing with our best friends. We can make money walking to a hotel and taking cute pictures. Like it always blows my mind on the things that we do in this business to make money, and the fact that we are growing and we're growing into so many different, different countries and all that stuff. So every single time you go to an event, you see people from all different walks of life, and I absolutely love that about this. It's not just, like when you were in school, I don't know, this is me, but you always saw like the skinny, perfect life looking people that were always like getting ahead in life. And it's not like that in this business. And that's like one thing I truly love about it, is that it doesn't matter what walk of life you came from. You can do anything that you set your mind to. So I just had to say that. But the one thing that I'm really focusing on, and if anybody else can relate, is focusing on your own before and after. So whether you are wanting to lose weight or not, or maybe you want to start using the collagen to have better skin or your hair or whatever the case may be, I feel like we have a product for everyone. But before we went to conference, I have a girl that's on our team. I don't think she's on here right now, but she had lost 25 pounds doing the keto coffee and chocolate greens. And she signed, like she was just rocking it. Like we had a boom chat, and it was like every day she was like booming it with like, new LC. And I think she had like 28 loyal customers. And I was like, holy crap. But it all came down to the fact that she had her own before and after. So not only did she have that to share for herself, but it made her excited, because not only is losing weight make you happy and it makes you like, holy shit, I look good, but you also, like you're able to put that out there and be like, I'm proof in the pudding that this stuff works. So it gives you that confidence you need. And so seeing everyone on stage that had their own before and afters and their excitement, like it's really contagious. So that's definitely something I took away. So definitely make sure that you're using the products, being a product of a product, submitting those before and after, so you have posts that you can share. So when people come to you and they say, well, does it work for you? And you can be like, yeah, here you go. Like, there's my before and after. Now what? Gonna sign up? What? So that was one thing I really took away, and I'm really striving for, because I need to lose weight, and I need to I've been in this business for almost 4 years, and I feel like I'm constantly talking about like showing all these other people's before and afters, and people are probably like, girl, like, come on. If it works, why aren't you using it? So that's my goal for myself, so I can be like, bam, bitch, here I am. So the next thing is sample cash. So I absolutely love this. If you guys are if you have product on hand, you can basically be funding your own bank. I know one lady that was on stage, Melanie McFarland, I think is how you say her name. I know she did this with Wrap Cash, but she saved all of her Wrap Cash and bought a brand new Mercedes in Wrap Cash. So think of that with your keto coffee. Anything that you have on hand, you can sell those products and sell them as samples. So one thing I really, really loved is there was a couple on stage, Eliana Rodriguez, I think, and her Caesar. They were up on stage and they said that they do, if you want to try a sample for free, you just have to pay for your shipping. So I thought this was a really cool idea because you're still getting money for your keto and they're covering the shipping. So they do 1 pack and it's covering the shipping. So 1 pack they're getting $7 for, and then they're doing 3 packs for $15. And then 5 packs for $25. So 5 little individual packs. And that way they can try it before they buy it. And then now that we have the chocolate greens, you could even entice with that and say, you know, bump it up an extra dollar or leave it the same and just throw in a chocolate green, because I love chocolate green in my keto coffee. I ran out and I was like, how do I drink this without chocolate greens? It like doesn't work as well. But I mean, it's still good, don't get me wrong. But I think that just adding that in there would be absolutely amazing to do. So that's something, so yeah, they advertise on their stories. Who wants to try a sample? All you pay is for shipping. So that is awesome. And then if you do vendor events, I'm going to see if this can, I have to turn my brightness down. You can also do this. I thought this was super cool. And if you need screenshots, I can give it to whoever your leader is in this group. But basically what it is they do at vendor events, they set up a table where you basically can pick, you build your own sample bag. So you go through and you can pick out samples of the keto energy. You can pick out the collagen. You build like your own sample pack when you're doing a vendor event. And by the way, you guys, if you've never done a vendor event, I strongly encourage you to do one because it makes you step outside of your comfort zone so much, but it's like a drug. I mean, I don't do drugs, like, it's like really, I don't know, that was like a really bad example. I'm like promoting drug use. It's like really, it just like gets your adrenaline going and you're just like, it's really fun to do. And especially if you do it with people that are local to you. So having a local, even if you have one person that's local to you that does it works, go and do a vendor event and just be goofy together because people feed off of your energy. And every single time I do a vendor event and I invite my team to go with me, we're just laughing and having fun and we're showing them what It Works truly is because it's fun. And then they want to come up to your table and say, well, what the heck's going on over here? You guys are having so much fun and all these other vendors are over here like just sitting on their phone and sitting on the chair, not even interacting with people. So I definitely encourage you to do that. And like I said, I can share the pictures that I have that I grabbed from somebody's vendor table. I'm really excited because I have a bridal show coming up and I'm just like, oh my God, I can't wait to try this. So the last thing I'm going to end with is something I thought was super cool. So a lot of people struggle with, what do I post about? So there was somebody that was up on stage and they said, if you got $100 deposited into your account right now, what would you spend it on? Write down 5 things that you would spend it on. And you guys can do this in your head or write it down when you get off, whatever. And then the next thing she said is, you have $500 now just deposited in your account. What are you going to spend that $500 on? Write 5 more things down. And then she went to $1,000. You have $1,000 added into your bank account. What are 5 more things you're going to spend that on? You just gave yourself 15 different ideas that you can post about what this business can do for you because that money is in your bank account because of this business. And even if it's not in this exact second, it is going to be. So when I first joined and my first check was like $40, but you know, don't forget about those fast start bonuses because that's extra money. But I was like, holy crap, I just made $40 sitting on my couch. I'm going to talk about this. Like that's a free tank of gas. And so then I was constantly talking about what that $40 could do for me. And then I was constantly talking about how I'm going to double it. So just talk about where you're going with this business. And having those things are, I think, amazing to be able, I never even thought of it like that. Like, it's just crazy that you can put 2 and 2 together like that. So does anybody, if you have any questions, you can pop them in the chat. Otherwise, I think we're going to end this, which was like super awesome that we did it within like 30 minutes, like we talked about, Rachel. In the meantime, make sure you guys get to an event. They're doing green carpet in Florida in September. And I would totally be game for like Rachel and Casey and I conjoining and getting like a huge ass mansion beach house and just like living it up with our teams. So definitely encourage you to get to an event. I mean, everything is a tax write-off in your business. It gives you a fire that you will never experience. Being on one of these Zooms is awesome, but going to an event just gives you a totally different fire and passion. It's just completely different. So I hope all of you gained something from this, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful evening, and we will see you next week for our next team huddle, or this week, whatever. Bye.